Throughout the highs, throughout the lows, you stay even keel, stay in the moment.
What's left right now?
Nothing. It's win to win for us.
You got to be better in Game 6 and close the series.
James goes to the rim once again, lays it up and in.
Trying to win himself another ring.
Oh, Rajon Rondo putting on a show.
This game has completely gotten away from Miami.
This historic 2020 NBA championship belongs to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Organization want their respect. Laker Nation want their respect. I want my damn respect, too.
Presenting the case for LeBron James for induction to the all-time Mount Rushmore of basketball history. He is now the fourth member of the 4 and 4 Club, which is the most prestigious group in the game. 4 titles, 4 MVPs. Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Michael Jordan, and now LeBron. LeBron has also scored the most postseason points in the game's history by a wide margin, almost 1,500 more than Jordan, who is second. Only 2 players have appeared in the NBA Finals more than LeBron's 10 times. They are Bill Russell with 12 and Sam Jones with 11. But LeBron has carried his teams on a level that no one ever had before. He's led them in scoring, rebounding, and assists 70 times in the playoffs. Larry Bird and Tim Duncan are next with 21. LeBron is also the only player ever to lead both teams in points, assists, rebounds, and steals in any playoff series. He did that in the finals in 2016 against a team that won 73 games. The following year, he became the only player ever to average a triple-double in the finals. Overall, he's 3rd all-time in points, he's 8th in assists, he's 13th in steals. He led the city of Cleveland to its only championship in anything in more than half a century, and then resurrected the legendary Lakers pretty much all by himself. And oh, by the way, he doesn't appear to be anywhere close to finished. So right now, he is among the 4 greatest players ever to live. And in some time, that list might just get smaller. That's what I think. I know there's been a lot of this kind of conversation out there. No one loves doing that more than Marcus does. And the great Stephen A. Smith is here half an hour away from First Take. Stephen A., I've been waiting all week to ask you this question, as I have not had a chance to see you. In your mind, what does LeBron's 4th championship the other night mean to his historical legacy in the game of basketball?
Well, I mean, it definitely augments it to some degree, but as far as I was concerned, he was on my Mount Rushmore before he won this championship. He's one of the top 4 players all time. I think he's one of the top 3 players of all time. Inevitably, we must keep Bill Russell on there because he's an 11-time champion. But when you look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and the illustrious career that he's had, he definitely has to be top 3. And then I look at LeBron James, the multifaceted talent that he is and what he brings to the table. I have him number 2 all time behind Michael Jordan. I've had him that way for a while. It existed before he won this championship. He has it now, but I got news for you, Greeny. News flash, because you may not know this. I don't know if you know this, but do you realize that in the LeBron James camp, you have insulted him? You have excoriated him, that somehow, some way you're not showing him the deference and appreciation that he deserves, because if he is not number 1 overall all time, then it is an insult to his name, his reputation, his family name, and everything in between. I mean, God forbid that we have him on the Mount Rushmore of all of basketball. Top 3 all time, top 4 all time, in my estimation, top 2 all time. He still said it best. Damn it, I want my respect, which says to me that he will not be satisfied unless he is universally recognized as number 1 all-time, the GOAT. But I am here to tell you right now that I'm sorry, I got bad news for LeBron James. Consider yourself disrespected, because you will never be my number 1. He will be number 2. But not my number 1. It will never be universal, because as long as I'm living and breathing, I've got breath in my body and I got a voice and I got vocal cords, you will hear me say LeBron James is no Michael Jordan, period.
Wow. So there's nothing he can do. That was going to be my next question. There's nothing you could see him doing.
Nothing.
No, even if he gets to 6.
Nothing.
How come?
You know why? Do you know why?
I
tell you what, I apologize. There is one thing he can do. Erase the 6 NBA Finals losses.
That simple. So it's about losing in it. Marcus, I'm looking. Go ahead. Swagoo, I have a feeling, is ready to jump. Go ahead, Swagoo. What do you think?
Hey, G, this is a perfect example of when you fighting to breathe.
That's all this is. I mean, when you get statements like "I'd never," that's the type of statements happen in divorces and when people are having bad breakups and when things are going awry and some of your strong stance and statement is starting to have holes in it. I've been screaming LeBron is the greatest of all time long before this fourth championship. And it's really not based on all of the, he was a killer and he did all of this. LeBron James has won 4 championships now. He's been the catalyst of those championships. And those teams fall off a cliff when he leaves. There is no player that has affected or influenced the team that he's been on more than LeBron James has during his tenure in the NBA. And let's also have another conversation about longevity. Does that not matter? Does being in the finals this much not matter? Does in year 17 leading a team that couldn't make the playoffs before you got there not matter? Does not standing up in Cleveland, going back in the face of everything they disavowed about you and winning the championship there not matter? Like LeBron James has done more than anybody else in this league, in the history of this league, when it comes to compounding pressure, having success, and looking people in the face that said he couldn't do it and getting it done. That's literally what he's done his entire career.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.